Hey friends, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. Today we are jumping right on into the video with a super delicious, easy to do, and best of all, it is low carb / keto friendly. So I am making a spaghetti squash. My husband is so good about staying on keto. I kind of falter here and there a little bit, but I am trying my hardest. I'll probably go into depth in another video on why we chose keto, but we are both trying to be a lot better about eating, and this is one of our favorite recipes. Now, I am doing a screen here with the recipe that I'm using, or how I cook my spaghetti squash, and basically just how I make the spaghetti sauce that we put on top of ours. And I'm basically making this for meal plan. For those of you who may not know, my husband works graveyard shift, so I like making sure that there's things for him in the fridge for dinner that he can grab quick and easy and still be able to eat good meals while he's working graveyard shift. So all I use in order to season the spaghetti squash is olive oil, salt, and pepper. And honestly, you just want to drizzle a little bit of olive oil on it. Don't overdo it, otherwise it gets super soggy. And another great tip I have when you're making spaghetti squash, because when I first tried it, I did not like it. I thought it was too squishy. It was pretty gross. I was not a fan. I'm not a huge vegetable fan in general. But I will say that I read if you cook it a little bit shorter, it makes it almost more like al dente noodles, where it's a little bit firmer and it's not as watery. And it turns out perfect every single time. So don't overcook your spaghetti squash. Make sure you do it about 30 to 40 minutes and it turns out perfect.
We've been on and off again and again. I don't know which way we're going, no control. You push me, then you pull me back in. Don't know if I can decipher how your mind works. Yeah, you leave me wondering what it's like to feel your skin. I will keep on trying till you give me a sign. Give me a sign. Oh, give me a sign. Baby, give me a sign. Just give me one more. You leave me hanging, begging for more. Think that I'm addicted to this, can't resist to be a little risky and go for it, cause I want you close. I'm so exposed when you're keeping me wondering. You know I'd do anything to be in your arms again. So give me a sign. Give me a sign. Oh, give me a sign. Baby, give me a sign. Just give me one more. Talking to you and here we go again. Staying up all night to see if you've been texting me. Where do we go from here? I wanna go all in. So give me a sign.
Look at all of that steam coming off. It's so hot when it comes out of the oven. It's really good if you like put your sauce and stuff in it pretty quick. A lot of times we'll make boats if we're making it fresh for that night for dinner. But since I was technically like prepping this for my husband for him to eat later, I just went ahead and let them cool for a while on the counter. And then I came back and shredded. I don't really know what you would call it, but I made the spaghetti squash spaghetti and went ahead, packed it up into some Tupperware and put it into the fridge for him to grab later. Now he loves like even just putting butter with some Parmesan cheese on it like that. So it'll feed him for a few days. And tomato sauce can be a little bit higher in carbs, but the Rouse is one of the lowest ones, and it's one of our favorites. So that's definitely a good tip, though, if you are strict on carbs. It's really, really good with just some butter and Parmesan as well. But now that dinner was cooked for him, I wanted to go ahead and start tackling the main living area in my house and getting that whole area picked up. So I started with unloading the dishwasher. This is typically a chore that my daughter does. However, because I was recording, I wanted to go ahead and give you guys a little bit more motivation in the video.
Just give me a sign. Baby, give me a sign. Give me a sign. Just give me a sign. Just give me a sign. Give me a sign. Just give me one more.
I sat down by
tears that I feel.
Before getting into my cleaning session, I definitely wanted to get some oils diffusing. So I went ahead and put in some eucalyptus and some lemon. I love the smell of lemon eucalyptus together. I think it's just so refreshing. It smells so clean and fresh. So I went ahead and added that in. I did notice while I was adding in the oils that my bottom of the stand was kind of dusty. I had cleaned off the top, but I didn't really want to mess with the oils when I moved it over here. So I hadn't dusted it off yet. So I do come back to that later. But first, I needed to tackle this sink full of dishes.
I was worried you broke my reputation, but I figured it's not on me. Yeah. The way you're making me shiver, your hands on myself, I keep pulling the trigger. Alright, this very finger for people like them.
Holy moly, do you guys see this dust? It was on our pendant lights that hang over our island, and I'm just using this method still for real. I am not the biggest fan of this product. I'm not even going to lie and pretend that this is a product you guys need to go out and buy. It's not. It smells really, really good, which kind of makes me sad because I love the smell of it, but I have had this for over a year now, and I hardly ever use it. I'm just kind of trying to get it used up now because while I don't like keeping things that I don't really use, I also hate just wasting money. So I wanted to go ahead and clean off those pendant lights, and I also needed to give my fridge a good wipe down. And I wanted to show you guys a close up where you can see that there actually is like fingerprints and stuff on the fridge. From a distance, it really doesn't look like it's dirty. But I promise you, I am not cleaning a clean house. That's definitely not my style. I like to keep everything as realistic as possible for you guys. So I went ahead and used the Steel for Real on my fridge as well. Now, the product works okay, but you have to like buff it out really, really well. Otherwise, it does leave streaks, I feel like. So it takes a little bit longer, and you have to put in a little bit more work to get it looking nice and shiny. But as you can see, my fridge turned nice and shiny. You can see the dogs and me walking around in the background. So that is the shininess that I like to see on my stainless steel appliances. I did want to include this quick just shot of me making my homemade cleaning recipe. I use a homemade cleaner a lot of times when I'm cleaning just because It's quick, it's easy, and I really, really like it. It started when I started buying the Lysol with hydrogen peroxide, and I really liked the way that it cleaned and the way that it smelled. So I started making it on my own. Sometimes I will add a little bit of vinegar in it, but it's basically just a little bit more than half of water, some hydrogen peroxide, a little bit of Dawn dish soap, and then whatever essential oil I am feeling at the moment. Today I did a clean and fresh essential oil in the mix, and it just makes everything smell clean and fresh. So I really, really like doing my cleaning multi-purpose spray that way. And I've kind of been leaning away from buying pre-made cleaners just because it is so easy and cheap to make it on my own. But like I said earlier, I had noticed this tray was super dusty on the bottom only. The top I had already cleaned a few days before that. So I went ahead and gave the bottom a good wipe down, as well as all of the oils there. Now I know that I have a ton of oils. People like pointing that out whenever they come to my house. But I do get a monthly subscription box from Simply Earth. I absolutely love them. I do have a link in my bio if you want to check them out. It's not like a paid link, anything like that. It's just the essential oils that I use and I love.
Put your hands on my back, boy. Lead me to the brightest of my days. Wrap your arms around me, boy. Give me all the comfort that I crave, and I will follow you anywhere, anywhere you go. I'll follow you, follow you.
If you've watched my videos before, you may have noticed that my counters are a lot more bare than they typically are, and that's because I'm kind of digging just the clean, simple spaces. So I wasn't really happy with the cutting board that was behind the, what is it called, a crock, and so I decided to change it up. I had this Lazy Susan from the Target like Bullseye Playground that I got in the spring, and I decided to put that there. I like the variation from everything being so square to having something that's more rounded up there. So I went ahead, switched that out, and I decided to throw a few of my wooden spoons up there just to bring in some more of the natural wood tones that I've been trying to incorporate throughout my house a lot more. Now, I wanted my house to just look like just clean, fresh, everything, so I did not want the dishes drying on the mat to be there when I woke up in the morning. So I did go ahead and hand dry those real quick and put them all away so I can move on to wiping down the counter on the island.
Follow you, I will follow you anywhere, anywhere you go. I'll follow you, I'll follow you. Surprised, but I know I'm not over you. Keep missing our fights, even though they're so overdue. We had a fire, now we're watching it burn low.
I'm falling behind. I hate to separate my body and mind, my body and mind. You feel like demons in my mind, demons in my mind. You taste like demons in my mind, demons pushing all my triggers, losing my pride. But I guess that's what love do to people like us, struggling to come through. We had a fire that we watched it burn out. Isn't it time we go our separate ways? Not enough time. I'm falling behind. I hate to separate my body and mind, my body and mind. You feel like demons in my mind, demons in my mind. You taste like demons in my mind, demons pushing all my triggers, demons pushing all my triggers, demons pushing all my triggers.
All right, friends, thank you so much for joining me for today's video of cleaning up my house after dark. And I hope it gave you the motivation that you need to get some of your to-do list tackled and maybe get some of those areas you've been neglecting cleaned up and picked up. But that wraps up today's video. Like I said, I hope you enjoyed it. Like the video if you did. If you are new, I would love for you to subscribe, hit that bell notification. That way you don't miss a new video. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.